In a drama and emotion-filled series like The Young and the Restless, the love story between Mariah and Tessa Porter has always been one of the favorite elements of the audience. However, their love is now on the brink of separation, when hidden secrets from the past are gradually revealed and misunderstandings cannot be reconciled. Let me dig into the development of this story, a struggle between love, betrayal, and difficult decisions. Mariah and Tessa had a beautiful love, but everything began to change when Mariah discovered she was pregnant. This was not only a shock to her, but also a disaster for her relationship with Tessa. When Mariah shared the news of her pregnancy, Tessa could not contain her anger. Tessa always valued honesty and the spiritual connection between the two, but the fact that Mariah was pregnant without knowing who the father of the baby was made Tessa feel betrayed. Their relationship has reached a tense turning point, and now the two are faced with unanswered questions. Mariah and Tessa's meeting in the park is an emotional moment, as they sit face to face and face with the truth. Tessa cannot forgive Mariah for hiding from her the possibility that Ian Ward was the one who caused this terrible incident. She cannot believe that Mariah would let Ian, someone she knows is dangerous, hurt her to such an extent. The fact that Ian kidnapped and raped Mariah, leaving her pregnant, is a terrible truth that Tessa cannot accept. Anger and disappointment fill Tessa's heart. She does not know if she can forgive Mariah, especially when Ian has caused so much trouble for Mariah's family. Meanwhile, Sharon, a mother who always worries about her daughter, also feels a strong sense of insecurity. She notices that Mariah seems to be unwell, both physically and mentally. Sharon is even more worried when she sees her daughter facing criticism from Tessa, whom Mariah has always loved and cherished. However, Mariah cannot help but feel guilty and burdened by her past. She sees herself as someone who has done something that cannot be easily forgiven, even though it was a decision she did not want to make. The secret that Mariah carries is one of the most stressful factors in her relationship with Tessa. Mariah not only has to face questions about the father of her child, but also has to endure her own breakdown as the truth gradually comes out. Their relationship is on the brink of collapse, and working things out is not only a test of love, but also a lesson in trust and forgiveness. The difficulty that Mariah and Tessa face is not only understanding and forgiving each other, but also facing deep wounds from the past. Can Mariah overcome this pain to rebuild love with Tessa, or will secrets from the past prevent them from getting back together? The audience will have to wait and follow the next developments of the story to find the answer. Tessa, who has always loved and cared for Mariah, now faces a big challenge. She is torn between love and betrayal. Tessa wants to stand by Mariah, but the betrayal from her own lover makes her feel confused. Tessa wonders if she can forgive Mariah and continue to love her as before. Forgiveness in love is not easy, especially when faced with painful truths like this. What will Sharon, Mariah's mother who has been there for her through thick and thin, do when her daughter faces a deep wound? Sharon is the only one who understands Mariah's state of mind, but will she be able to help her daughter through this emotional storm? The relationship between mother and daughter is also tested, as Sharon must choose between protecting her daughter and helping her face the truth. Mariah's secret is an element that has yet to be revealed in the show, but it will surely have a profound impact on the development of the story. Will viewers get to witness the truth come Monday? Only time will tell, but what happens next will surely bring about a fiery confrontation between the main characters. In the end, one big question remains: can Mariah and Tessa overcome these challenges and find their lost love, or will the wounds of the past tear them apart forever? Love, trust, and forgiveness will be the deciding factors in their fate, and only time will tell whether Mariah and Tessa can mend their relationship. The love story between Mariah and Tessa is an emotional one, filled with deep wounds, difficult decisions, and a journey to find forgiveness. Every step of their journey is influenced by the past, and it remains to be seen whether they can find a way to continue loving each other, or whether their relationship will end in tragedy. The love between Mariah and Tessa is not only a story of the connection between two souls, but also a journey full of challenges and pain. Their life has never been easy, and when secrets that cannot be hidden any longer are revealed, their relationship is forced to face an emotional storm that no one could have predicted. In a tense scene, Mariah and Tessa sit across from each other in the park, where they once shared sweet and happy moments. But today, the atmosphere is no longer as pleasant and warm as before. Tessa, with angry eyes, silently looks at Mariah, a feeling of helplessness filling her heart. She wants to be angry, but she also cannot hide the pain that Mariah has caused them. Mariah, sitting next to her, cannot keep calm either. She knew she had done something unforgivable, but she couldn't tell the truth, couldn't reveal the secret she had kept hidden for so long. She knew that it was her silence and her refusal to face the truth that made things worse. Tessa, I don't understand. It's not what I thought, Mariah tried to explain, but her voice sounded weak, as if she couldn't convince the person in front of her. Tessa stood up, turning her back to Mariah, not wanting to look at her, not wanting to hear another word. I didn't tell him, Mariah. He's the one who caused it all, Tessa said, the sound of her words breaking from a broken heart. He's the one who hurt me. How can I forgive him? Mariah looked at Tessa's back, clearly feeling the pain she was suffering. She knew that once the truth was out, nothing could save their relationship. You can't change the past, Tessa. But you can do something about the future. I still love you. I still want to be with you. Tessa turned around, her eyes filled with tears. She wanted to believe Mariah, but she couldn't. She couldn't ignore the truth about Ian and what happened that night, when everything changed forever. You love me. But how can I trust you when you can't trust yourself? Tessa asked, her words bitter. At this point, Mariah felt like her world was falling apart. She didn't know how to explain, how to heal the wound she had inadvertently caused. She wanted to say that she could fix everything, but was it too late? The scene cut to Sharon, Mariah's worried mother, watching from afar. Sharon knew her daughter was struggling with complicated emotions, but she also realized that Mariah couldn't bear this burden alone. Sharon moved closer, slowly sitting down next to Mariah. She won't let it go easily, but daughter, I know how much you love Tessa. You have to face the truth and explain it to her. Mariah looked at her mother, her eyes red from crying, but she nodded. She knew her mother was right. Tessa needed to know the truth, no matter how painful it was. Mom. I don't know what to do. I love her, but I've lost faith in myself. Can we make it work, Mom? Sharon took Mariah's hand, looked straight into her eyes, as if to give her a little hope. Our job is to move forward, daughter. Sometimes the truth may hurt, but if you truly love her, you have to give Tessa the chance to understand and forgive. It will take time, but love is a powerful force. You have to trust it. In a moment of silence, Mariah thought about her mother's words. She knew that love and forgiveness were never easy, but if she didn't have the courage to face the truth, there was no way she could rebuild her relationship with Tessa. The scene shifts to a week later, when Mariah decides to meet Tessa again. This time, not in the park, but in Tessa's house, where the two of them once shared their sweet days. Tessa opens the door, looking at Mariah with an unreadable gaze. They are both silent for a moment. Mariah walks in, stops in front of Tessa, and says softly, I'm sorry for everything, Tessa. I know I hurt you and I can't change the past. But I can't live without you. I love you so much, and I want us to be able to move on. But if I can't forgive you, I'll understand. But at least, I need to give you a chance to prove that I can do the right thing. Tessa looks at Mariah, her eyes seeming to soften, but she still doesn't say anything. She wants to believe, she wants to love again, but her heart has also been deeply wounded. Mariah, I'm not sure I can forgive right away. But I'll give you a chance to prove that I really love you, and a chance for us to find each other again. And so, the story of Mariah and Tessa continues, not an easy journey, but a test of hope and faith. Can they overcome their wounds and rebuild their relationship? Only time will tell. In a world full of turmoil and complicated relationships, the young and the restless always knows how to create dramatic events that keep the audience glued to the screen. One of the stories that makes viewers unable to stop watching is the tumultuous relationship between Mariah and Tessa Porter. Their love, although blooming strong and beautiful, has to face unimaginable challenges that they themselves cannot foresee. Let me delve into the development of this story, where the secrets that cannot be hidden and the inner struggles of each character create an emotional confrontation. A painful secret. Tessa Porter always believed in Mariah. She loved her with a deep, unshakable love. But when secrets from the past began to explode, their love was pushed into a dangerous turn. The story began when Mariah discovered she was pregnant, and this pushed their relationship to the brink. But what's worse is that Mariah doesn't know who the father is, and in Tessa's eyes, that's not just a betrayal, it's a dishonesty that she can't forgive. Tessa thinks Mariah's secret is her fault. She believes that Mariah doesn't trust her anymore, that what she's doing isn't enough to keep the relationship going. Doubts begin to creep in, and she can't help but wonder if she's missed the signs, the deep feelings that Mariah has been hiding. Does Mariah really love her, or is she just being forced into an unfulfilled relationship? The painful confrontation. Mariah can't stand the conflict inside Tessa. She knows that the secrets, though not her fault, are causing Tessa pain. Mariah decides to confront her wife, and in an emotional moment at the park, she tries to explain. "Tessa, I can't keep seeing you suffer because of what happened," Mariah said, her voice shaking. "He's not the man I loved, and the baby wasn't my fault. I can't forgive myself for making you suffer." Tessa said nothing, just looked at Mariah with eyes full of disappointment and anger. "Mariah, what do you mean?" Tessa replied, her voice choked. "You say you didn't do anything wrong, but how much have you been hiding from me? Do you think I don't know what's going on? I've always been here, but you can't share it with me." In that moment, the air around them seemed to stop. Tessa stood there, angry, but also hurt. Mariah could see the struggle in Tessa's eyes, the struggle to keep herself from exploding. "Tessa, you're not the one who needs to be forgiven," Mariah continued, her voice fading. "All you want is a chance to start over, to prove the love you have for me. But I understand if you can't forgive." While Mariah tries to heal the wounds she caused, one big question still hangs in the air. Will Mariah confess everything she did wrong when she left town? Did she sleep with someone else, or is there even a dark secret that Tessa never knew about? Dramas are known for hiding seemingly sinister secrets, and in Mariah and Tessa's story, the truth is never as simple as it seems. We'll have to wait and see if Mariah will truly confess everything, or if those secrets will forever haunt her and Tessa's lives. One thing is for sure, Mariah and Tessa's relationship is on the brink of collapse. The scandal surrounding Mariah's pregnancy has left Tessa with a rage that she can't control. Tessa feels like everything she's done has been for nothing. She couldn't understand why Mariah would hide such important things from her. The betrayal, though unintentional, left Tessa struggling with complicated emotions. Emotions that surpassed challenges. However, Tessa couldn't deny the love she had for Mariah. She knew that, despite all the challenges, their love could survive, if they dared to face the truth. "I don't know if we can get back together," Tessa told Mariah, her eyes filling with tears. "But I still love you, and I want you to know that you will always be a part of my life. No matter what happens, I can't forget you." Mariah choked up, unable to find the words to respond. She knew Tessa's words were true, but would she have the courage to face everything that had happened? Can she rebuild this relationship from the rubble of secrets and irreparable damage? Can they really start over? The relationship between Mariah and Tessa is not just a simple love story, but a journey full of emotions, hardships, and challenges. The truth about the past, the unrevealed secrets, and the wounds of the heart all make this relationship more fragile than ever. But can Mariah and Tessa overcome it all and find their love again? Viewers will have to wait for the next developments, because there will definitely be many surprises. Can Mariah confess everything and mend the relationship with Tessa, or will the secrets of the past keep them apart forever? All can only be answered in the next episodes, but one thing is for sure, Mariah and Tessa's love will continue to be one of the most dramatic relationships on The Young and the Restless.